But I had the blessing of having an opportunity to talk to Steve, you know, for a longer period of time than I would have probably if I was in the event. And at the time, I was going through a very tumultuous time in my life. And Steve, with such ease and such patience, just guided me through a place where I was stuck and just got me through to the other side so easily. It seemed, right, to me that it was quite effortless for him, that I just was so grateful. And we became friends. We became great friends and stayed connected ever since. That was years ago, years and years ago. This is 2022. I hadn't been in contact with Steve for a while. You know, COVID came in between, and I just hadn't heard from him, though I've seen, you know, social media, his posts, but we hadn't interacted. And one day I see a post of mine and he comments on it. And I write to him and I say, Steve, so good. A private message. And I say, Steve, so wonderful to hear from you, you know, or interact with you, even though it's social media. We should talk soon. And I mean, literally, probably minutes later, he replies, why not now? And I go like, yeah, why not now? I was free at the time. So we spoke. And it was just like we had spoken yesterday. We just caught up right where we left off, and we're talking, and he's asking me how's life, and then I ask him about his life and what he's doing, and I'm telling him about me. And I mentioned to him that I actually have a deadline to write something for a book that is about healing and abuse. And I'm sort of stuck, and I haven't, really gotten to it. I write a couple of things and then I drop it. And he says, do you want to do a process? Do you want me to help you with that? And knowing Steve and what he can do, I said, sure, let's do it. So we begin, and he guides me through this wonderful experience. Because they're more than exercises. They're like truly profound experiences that you go through. And though, of course, the experience is bringing up painful memories and things and processes, at the same time, we're healing it. And I can't even explain it in words. It's hard because this happens, in my opinion, in a realm that words are limited in terms of explaining what happens. But I go through it and I feel a big shift in me. I truly feel a healing and a way to see the experience and remember it and be able to explain it in a much lighter way. And it was just profound. And he says, just go right. Oh, Steve. And so I do. And I sat down and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote. And I was able to meet the deadline. And the deadline was literally that day was my last day to be able to turn this in. I have to say, there is definitely something greater, something bigger that I can't explain happening here, because there is not a coincidence. in this whole process of him writing to me that day when I needed to do that thing and I was stuck, and he comes to the rescue. Well, sure enough, the book is written. Love Yourself First. It's a book about healing, about trauma, and how to get out of it. I'm in the company of some wonderful women in that book. Marisa Cohen is the author. Also, by the way, someone I met at a Tony Robbins event. Oh, God, this is incredible. And now the book became a bestseller. So, and this all happened weeks after I did this process with Steve. So Steve, as usual, thank you. Thank you for being there always at the right time, at the right moment, and guiding me through these wonderful, wonderful experiences, gifts that you have. And most importantly, just doing it out of your love and passion for what you do. So thank you, and I honestly, truly recommend going through one of his either workshops, sessions, consultations. This is something that you have to experience.